Peace. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Love Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. Peace, YouTube. Welcome. All right. What's going on? It's that time for the peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. So we pick up at, hear the chimes. So beautiful, so beautiful. Divine days and nights, peace. All right. Chapter 26 of this amazing book, Love Like Sky, part of the book lovers community. Highest Heart Love. Welcome to this peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. So, page 264 is where we pick up at on this wonderful reading. Someone's coming. Yeah. Someone's coming. Tangi's bed was made, but a pair of jeans and two t-shirts were in the middle of it. At least it's not what she had on, Nikki said. I admitted that made me feel a little relieved, but her drawers were opened and clothes jumbled out. She was looking for something in a hurry. Tangi's room normally looked like one you'd see in a fancy hotel, with no wrinkles in her sheets and no clothes tossed out. Yeah, no tossed about. Wow, you never told me she was like a real gymnast, Nikki said as she picked up one of Tangi's trophies. Did so. Told you she was a cheerleader too. And put that down, please. Gotta check all of them, I guess, Nikki said and opened the next two drawers, feeling underneath the clothing. What are you feeling for? A diary. You sure don't know anything about having a big sister. In every movie I've seen, they usually have diaries. Some call them journals, but it's the same thing. It'll tell us exactly where to find her, I bet. I didn't stop Nikki from looking, but I was sort of hoping not to find one. I just wanted her to not get hurt, not know all of her secrets. Then I did it. I tapped on her computer, but it was locked. Just then, we heard Tammy. Someone's coming. Someone's coming. Peace, highest heart, love, mystic freeze. Yes. Divine days and evenings. Oh, sending love to you. Great afternoon. Like this outfit. Peace, highest heart, love. Welcome. Yay. I'm happy. 265 for those reading along and in the playlist. We're down at the bottom. Just then, we heard Tammy. Someone's coming. Someone's coming. Nikki and I shut the drawers, dashed out of the room, and closed the door just in time. We rushed to the stairs as Grandma Sugar was walking up. I want to take pictures of you and Peaches, G baby, she said. Why are you little foxes hiding up out here? Hiding out up here. We're on our way down, I said. And where is that Miss Tangy? She looked put together enough to give a young Pam Grier a run for her money. Is Pam Grier like Foxy Brown? I asked, trying to distract her. She is Foxy Brown. Sugar snapped her fingers like an exclamation point. Put it like this. She was something like Miss Beyonce in the 70s. Always had the baddest outfits and a body you had to be born with. Still turning heads to this day. Anyway, None of y'all should be stuck up here when we're celebrating peaches. Is Tangy in her room? I saw her outside talking to one of her friends on the front porch, Tammy said quickly. Well, then, I'll leave her be for now. Let me get you three while I got you. Sugar whipped out her digital camera that Mama bought her for Christmas. Her phone could take pictures too, but Sugar said, I don't like to depend on one thing for too much and never would use it for photos. She told me that when Grandpa Ike died, she didn't even know how to balance a checkbook or drive a car. Nikki got in the middle, and Tammy and I turned to the side. Oh, look out now. Here comes the newest Charlie's Angels, Grandma Sugar said. I hope she couldn't tell my smile was to hide that I was worried out of my mind. After she took a bunch of pictures, we made our way back down to the crowded living room. It looked in the front yard and the back. She's not here, Nikki said. Valerie, I thought, find Valerie. If anyone knew where Tangy went, she would. You may have to tell your folks, Georgie, before it gets too late, Nikki said, which made my stomach sink again. Nikki would rather wear the same outfit twice in 1 week than be a tattletale. But no sooner had I turned to leave than someone poked my shoulder. You have the nerve to invite us to a real life kitty party for a real life kid, then act like we're not even here. She's not a real life kid. That's my sister. I was off to a bad start, and I didn't invite you. The cousin eyed us. And what are y'all anyway? Powder puff girls? And where are the boys? Lucinda added. The gloss on her lips made her words slick. From the last time I saw her, she had gotten her hair braided in thick box braids like that old picture of Janet Jackson from the on Mama's favorite movies, Poetic Justice. This is not that kind of party, I said. Mhm. We got dropped off out here for this, Lucinda said. Some boys might come later, Nikki added. I just wanted to pinch her. Ugh, stay if you wanna, I said. But you only supposed to be here to bring Nikki's bike back. So where is it? Oh, about that, Lucinda said. Mine still has a flat. Might need to keep that bike a little bit longer. I'm sure Nikki doesn't mind, right, Nick? That made me steamed. Nikki only let Javon call her Nick. She hated when anyone else used it. You said you'd bring my bike today. You promised. Nikki's voice raised a bit, then cracked. I wanted her to leave before she went into a full out cry in front of Lucinda. She'd be embarrassed for weeks. I'm still thinking about my team. Might not need as many extras as I thought, Lucinda said. That's not fair. You said if I let you hold it that you put them on the team. Lucinda smirked. You told me that this was a real party. Trust me, we're even. If you don't give up that bike, that's stealing, I said. I thought about my conversation with Tangy and puffed my chest out a bit. And you're not supposed to use that fact that you're captain of a step team to get people to do what you want. It's not right. It's bullying, stealing, bullying. You're so dramatic, Lucinda said. Come on, Nikki, Tangy. Remember, we jetted off, and Tammy stayed behind with Lucinda and Rhonda. I looked back and Tammy's face was frowning like Lucinda was on her nerves. Finally, I scoured the upstairs as calmly as I could. No Tangy. I saw Nikki coming in from outside, shaking her head. I regretted every word to Lucinda. Each one kept me from finding Tangy. The only good thing was Peaches seemed to be having fun, which kept me from straight out crying. But I thought about the trouble Tangy was in, and my entire body got jittery. What was even worse was Millicent was walking right toward me. Her gold dress flowed behind her like a flag. I haven't seen you much this evening, Millicent said, smelling of coconut and holding a bottle of water in her hand. I sniffed a little and pressed my lips together, but didn't look at her. Oh, I've been downstairs and upstairs, I said. Did you help your mama with all of this? She asked. Peaches and Tangy, too. Peaches and Tangy, too. As soon as I said Tangy's name, my lips quivered. Divine peace. Yes, Mystic Breeze. You know it, right? We're in that flow. There's a lot going on, right? So it's for us to be like the grass in the hurricane. While that hurricane is tearing everything up, we're nice and steady and grounded, reading books, shining our light on the world like you do every day, right? Much love. Thank you so much. Oh, for being that grass in the hurricane. You're my reflection. As soon as I said Tangi's name, my lips quivered. What's wrong? Millicent asked and hurried me off to the hallway. She handed me the napkin that was under her bottle. I dabbed at my eyes and sucked in my breath. I should check on Peaches. She's fine, but you're not. You know you can talk to me about anything. I won't try to take the place of your mom, but I'm here. Sit down on the stairs for a minute. My heart was pumping faster than ever. I knew I had to make a decision. As soon as that idea started circling in my head, though, Valerie popped up. She was wearing a red jumper and a black cap and wedge sandals that all looked old and brand new at the same time. Hey, have you seen Tangy? She asked. Not in a while, I muttered. What's wrong? Valerie said. I glanced at Millicent. Millicent lowered her voice. Is this about Tangy? What about Tangy? Valerie asked. How's she going to invite me to a party and not be here? She was here, but. And then my tears gushed. Just take your time and tell us what's going on. Millicent rubbed my back uh, and her hand against my cheek. Valerie, wasn't that patient? Valerie wasn't that patient. Stop crying and tell us what's wrong. Tangy is with Marshall. He's planning to be a part of a late night protest. A kid at his school got hurt by the police. Tangy said that nobody is doing anything about it. Frank said she can't go to any protest without him, and she and Marshall could go to jail. All the facts were sort of scrambled. What are you talking about? If she's going to get involved, she'd have told me. Marshall said a lot of hotheads show up and make trouble. She wouldn't have gone without telling me, Valerie said, like it couldn't be disputed. I found out about I found out by accident. We have to find her. Frank's gonna ground her for life. He told her she couldn't do any protesting without him there. Have you told anyone else yet? Millicent asked. Her earrings dangled like wind chimes. Just my friends. Valerie took out her phone. This is crazy. I've called her twice. It went to voicemail both times, but I figured she was just getting ready and stuff. And you're sure she's not upstairs? I checked up there. I'm telling you, she's gone. Thinks she's just mad at her dad for making her go to Bogalusa. She doesn't even care if she gets in trouble. I twirled the fringe of my vest. We have to find her. Georgie, stop crying, please. There's got to be some misunderstanding. I was just with her today, remember? She would have said something. It, I wouldn't know if I hadn't read it. Well, this is the thing, Georgie, Millicent said. If I'm going to be of any help, we need to act fast. Frank is going to miss her soon. We need to get her in the car and search for her. Millicent, I said, we can't wait for her to come back on her own. We can't. If Nikki's brother didn't have a car, if Nikki's brother didn't have a car, we wouldn't have found Nikki. It was the same way now. We had to get Wills. I agree with you, Georgie. Let me go get the keys from your daddy. I will tell him that I need to make a run to the drugstore. Trust me. As soon as you say that, men think personal and don't want details. We'll be right here, Valerie said, looking at her phone. As soon as Millicent walked away, Valerie said, Georgie, I hope you're right about this. Mm-hmm. Don't you think I hope so too? She was just starting to not hate me, and she never hated you, Valerie cut in. Sure, felt like it sometimes. I don't want to go back there. Ready, ladies? Millicent said. More than ever, I wanted Tangy home. I'd been focusing so much on what Tangy could do for me as a big sister, I don't think I thought too much about what I could do for her as a little sister. Well, the first thing I needed to do was make sure she was safe, even if it meant she didn't speak to me for a long time. And I never thought Millicent would be the one to help me. Told your daddy that if anyone was looking for you to tell them you were with me, Millicent said. We walked out the door together. The music was still going and laughter echoed throughout the house. Only a few weeks ago, the thought of being with Millicent made my stomach hurt. I didn't like her just because. Now, I had to admit that when I gave her a chance, she treated me like a grown up and didn't even care that I had been mean to her. Maybe it wasn't just bullies and people who didn't like other people because of their skin color who could be unfair sometimes. You see her awareness, right? No longer is she calling Millicent Millipede, and the awareness of now she has gained of saying, wait, I shouldn't not like people just because, or there are people that don't like people just because of their skin color. See, this is awareness. Wake up, right? Oh my goodness, I love this book. So we had to drop a pin there because that's very important to recognize. I was just telling one of my friends about this. I was saying, you know, I grew up knowing what unconditional love is because that was my family. So I didn't love anyone for what they gave me or what they could do for me, because we're Jehovah's Witness. So we didn't celebrate any birthdays. We didn't celebrate any holidays or anything like that. So it made me completely balanced in just loving people for who they were, not for what they gave to me. And so this is the lesson you see she's getting right here. And that's how you know the difference between unconditional love. Thank you so much for being here. Oh man, this is love. Highest heart love. All right. Outside, the sun was setting and the air was humid. My afro puffed out like a chia pet, but I didn't care. Even as we walked to the car, I prayed Tangi would come running up. There was a long row of cars along our street, and I didn't know which one belonged to Daddy. He changed cars often. Since he owned the dealership, we went to Monster Golf when we were in an Escalade. This time, Daddy and Millicent were driving a Chrysler 300. As soon as we got in, Millicent started it up and turned on the air. Okay, Valerie, you know more about Marshall than any of us. Where does he go to school? It wasn't like when we were looking for Nikki. I didn't have any suggestions about Tangi. If I thought I knew anything about her, I really didn't. I realized I wouldn't even know where to find her in the mall. Clark, Valerie said. Clark. That's our first stop, Millicent said. Hmm. Have you ever been there with to his dorm? Valerie was quiet, but Millicent looked at her from the rear view like Mama and Daddy would do Peaches and me. It's getting later and later, she said. He has his own apartment, Valerie mumbled. He has his own apartment, Valerie mumbled. Ooh, I said, though I didn't mean to. That was probably another reason Frank didn't like him. I couldn't imagine living in a place where there weren't any parents around, ever. Just tell me how to get there, Millicent said. Better yet, do you know the address? But, Millicent, I don't think they're there. I think the protest is downtown or on campus. I'm not for sure. It's always best to start where he lives. I heard a blurb about a protest online, but that took place last night. This one is different. Don't think they have a permit. That's why she said she wasn't going. Mhm. Valerie said, if they are doing something under the radar, that would be like finding a needle in a haystack. I turned as far around in my seat as I could, as if that would make Valerie spit out the address. She scrolled through her text. Then she tried calling Tangi again. Where does he live? Valerie, Tangi talks to you about him? You gotta know, I said. She avoided my eyes. Now her phone is going to voicemail. Not even ringing. Just straight to voicemail. His address is 914 Howe Mill Road, Valerie said. Don't even have to GPS it, Millicent said. Used to have a patient who lived in that area. Patient, I repeated. I was a home health care nurse. It's the kind of work you have to take a break from sometimes. Mystic Breeze. Oh, that was for you. Because she's one of our resident nurses, mods on this channel. That, wow, how powerful was that? And speaking to that, right? Wow, that's incredible. And so timely that you're here. Thank you to all the mods, all my friends and family. I'll read it again. I was a home healthcare nurse. It's the kind of work you have to take a break from sometimes. While I'm at while I'm working with your dad part-time, I'm getting another degree so I can go into nursing administration. As Millicent talked, I wished we were searching for Tangi, but just riding and getting comfortable around each other like Daddy wanted us to do. You said 9:14? Millicent asked. Yes, Valerie and I answered together. She got on the expressway, but it still took about 10 minutes until we turned left off the highway and onto Howe Mill Road. He has roommates. Does he have roommates? Millicent asked. Two, I think, Valerie said. Just then, Valerie's cell phone rang. I jumped in my seat. Hello? Tangi? Where are you? Valerie said. No, I don't think you're. Just calm down. Georgie told us. She was worried. We have someone to help. Where are you? Okay, okay. Don't move. Where is she? I shouted. At the McDonald's on Peachtree. In less than 5 minutes, we pulled up in front of McDonald's and I scanned the parking lot and peered into the brightly lit windows. Then, coming out the door, I saw those tiny braids with hundreds of beads swinging on her head. Her 70s dress had been replaced with jeans and a Georgia State University sweatshirt, but it was her coming out of the door. I barely waited for Millicent to park before I leaped out of the car and shouted her name. She turned her head toward me and hurried across the parking lot. Her beats sounded like hundreds of tiny cymbals as she got closer. Watch out for the cars, Millicent shouted, and Tangi and I met nearly halfway in the lot. This time, I didn't have to hug her first. Tangi wrapped her arms around me and rocked a little bit, like you do when you really like, or maybe in love. So thankful and grateful. And that completes chapter 26 of Love Like Sky. Woo! They found Tangi. Yay! Peace. Thank you so much for reading with us. Love Like Sky by Leslie C. Youngblood. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful day and read. Thank you so much for being here, shining light with us, right? Yay! Oh man, this is a great read. Thank you so much. It said divine peace. Yes, divine days and nights, divine peace on this peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. Thank you so much for being here. Man, this has been such a beautiful read, right? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. We shake it up on YouTube reading books, right? It's a different level, and so gave the gem yesterday about, or the other day, about using the other hand instead of your dominant hand doing things, maybe stirring, brushing your teeth. I like it's talking about making circles and then take your other non-dominant hand and then make circles. Do the same thing. Lines, and then take your non-dominant hand and and draw lines. Things like that are going to make you connect more neuron pathways Yeah, it's just a fact. So one of the master understandings of your healing modality. Your healing modality is diaphragmatic breathing combined with assisted stretching and pressure points to the hands and feet, which causes a healing process in the body. Right? How I began to really come into the knowing of it was using it on myself, using it not only on people that I work with, but using it on myself. And this is a major master key in building and forging your own modality, is to take a look at someone before you that created a modality. Like I did with you have Joe Pilates, who luckily I am very tied to in a very strong way, bigger than most others. And the way that I designed my modality, used it for athletes and for myself to make them better athletes. And I'm connected to Maud Hoffman, who learned directly Pilates from Joe Pilates. And he didn't get to see how big it would be, how it turned out. But he started to put the seed and teach people the modality. And with your healing, what I'm teaching people is expansion of all the musculature, not just one part of the body, not focusing on one part of the body, but bringing it to an entire balance, just like the harmonic vibrational manual. It's about bringing the body to entire balance. You don't leave any parts out, right? And so when you are doing it, look at who came before you. Like Dr. Malefi Kete Asante, he was teaching us about history long ago, Temple University, to my friends, and then go following and listen to his studies. And he was guiding us on the pathway. And then you can pull things out of it that you can use to further humanity. And that's what this is all about. Furthering humanity. See, we go back in history so we can learn what we can do to better conditions of all humans. So that's the gem for today. Thank you so much for being here and reading with us. I love you. Hi, it's Heart Love. Love you. Let's have a glass of love water in honor to our friends and family, the solar returns, as well as those that have elevated. We love you so much. Hi, it's Heart Love and honor. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. Excellent batch of love water. Have a wonderful day. All right. Yay. That turquoise cloud had me out. Oh, man, we did some great poems. Oh, hi, it's Heart Love. I will see you soon in the next reading of Love Like Sky. Ay, 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 ay. Love, love, you. Ay, 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 ay. Love you. You know it, because I love myself. Have a wonderful day. I will see you soon. All right. Thank you so much. Peace.